Let's do this.
Hey, Tim, would you like to do it live? Let's do it live.
No.
That joke will never get old, by the way. It just doesn't. Hey, everybody. Welcome, Picks and Parlays crew. Welcome to the Shootin' Hoops with Lenny and Tim show. First ever, episode 1. We are going to talk all things NBA. Good, bad, ugly, and everything in between. We're going to try and give you more of... I know this NBA started like literally yesterday. We had a little appetizer. We're going to try and give you guys more of analysis on who's hot, who's not, kind of trends, whatever, this and that. Today we're going to go over some NBA futures, maybe some things we're looking for, stuff like that. It's going to be more than just picks. We will give you picks, don't get me wrong, but it won't be all just picks. You're going to have to work for that. So give us a like, give us a share, say hello. Any questions about some games, drop them in the comments. Tim, are you excited for NBA?
Nope, not at all. See ya.
All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Yes, I am. I've been waiting for this for a little while. I know Nick's big into hockey. I'm the NBA guy. I had a very, very good regular season last year. Don't want to talk about the playoffs. That one was ugly. But I had a really good regular season. Already off to a good start this year. 2-0 last night. I had Golden State and I had the Bucks, so overall looking good there. Tonight, I will mention I have 4 of my plays going right now. You guys probably know all by now. I have the Detroit Pistons. I got them +3. They're currently down 2, but it's close, and that's exactly what I wanted. I have the under in that Boston-New York game. Under the 217, it's at 112 at halftime. I'm going to need a low-scoring second half on that one, but anything's possible. I have the +3.5 for the Pelicans tonight. They're currently down 5, once again, second quarter. And I have San Antonio also going right now. They're up 1. Once again, that's the first quarter. That's still early. Later on tonight, Utah, Denver, and Sacramento all on my card for this evening. So hopefully can have a good night. And really good rapid start to going in to the NBA.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I have a love-hate relationship with the NBA. So, I come from, I'm in my mid-40s. I come from that Bad Boys era, with Isaiah Thomas and Dennis Rodman and all that. So I come from that Harden era, the Michael Jordan era, all that. And then, take the game away. The players today are soft. I think everybody agrees on that. But the game itself has become a little bit softer, more of a shooters. Those people that it's all about the three-pointer. Everybody shoots threes now. In the 80s, there was not many. So I have a love-hate relationship with them. But I'm with you as far as on your NBA plays. I jumped on a few of them that we talked about yesterday on Game Time Decision. But I did sprinkle. I got Pistons at +5, and I did sprinkle a little bit on the money line. So they're down by 2 with about 5 minutes left. So that's okay. Let's go. So you guys get a little bit of live reactions. We're gonna run this show every Wednesday, by the way, 6:00 Pacific, 9:00 Eastern. You're gonna get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything. You're gonna get some live reactions. We're also going to have a rotating third guest in. This week we won't have a guest because we're just telling you what we're doing right now. Getting you a little bit of a taste. Okay, I can't give it all to you. Let's stop over to the chat, though, and say hello to some people. Everybody but Nick. We won't say hi to Nick. Stimmy says, yo, what's goody? What's crack-a-lackin'? CSN.
Hi, Rat.
How you doing? Mischief Moneymaker stopping in to say hi before we go to bed. Gotta say we love the name. Thanks, appreciate it. Just came out of nowhere.
Rat.
Real basketball. Punks today. Oh my God. Yeah. How's the 76ers doing? I say that not knowing, by the way.
Up 1, but it's in the second quarter, and I'm against them tonight. So.
See, we talked about this behind the scenes a little bit. Me and Tim did. And earlier for game time, and Donna, you tell us, but I'm on the side of the coin where Tim is like they're just gonna stink and that's just whatever, and we talked about why, and I agree they're gonna stink, but I think today they're gonna play really, really hard, and because they're so tired of all the hoopla and and I said hoopla like I'm my grandmother, but they're tired of all the drama with Ben Simmons, which is going to get me to another point later. I think a bold prediction, if you will, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But Donna, tell us how you really feel about the 76ers. Don't hold back.
I didn't say they would stink. I just said that they need an extra player. They need an extra player too, especially if Ben Simmons is going out. They need a good return for him. So
yeah, that's right. And Donna, yeah, see, this is. I only mean this. I'm on the same page with you, Donna, for tonight. Tonight only. I think they're going to play hard just to prove a point, but after that, nobody's really going to care. So, but. Toronto Raptors suck tonight. Well, that's a bold take there, Nick. I appreciate it. Richie P. Oh, here comes the like police. Thanks, folks. That's it. We're out of here. No. Richie P. hit the like button. I appreciate you stopping by. Big Money Groot says NBA season finally. Question: what contributed to the game becoming softer over the decades?
Just the fouls being even more wimpier.
Yeah, I think,
he touched
back when you played before, those bad boys, you came to the hole, you drove to the hole, you got a foul, you got hit hard. I mean, we could get into some, philosophical, I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say.
We don't need to get into
Listen,
that.
Society is softer than it was 30 years ago. So, and I don't know, but there's that. Groot.
Grot.
I think Grot. Sorry, I thought she was saying Groot. What's up, fellas? Lenny, your Pistons looking good. Shh, don't jinx it, bro. Don't say that.
They're only up 4. The Pistons are down 4 right now with 3 to go. But
that's okay.
It's still time, and if they play the foul game, I think that they can cover at least a 3.
Fair enough. Raptors minus. I can never say his name.
Siakam.
Is an auto
Pascal Siakam.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's down tonight.
Yeah, he was out. We kind of knew that one before the game. It was just one of those where I didn't bet that Raptors game. If I did, I would have been all over the Wizards, just because Pascal Siakam's out and the depth on that Toronto team is pretty much non-existent. You got Fred VanVleet, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, this Raptors team is going to be a fade spot for me. Even when Pascal Siakam comes back, I'm just not a fan of them right now until they prove me otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, fair. And we're going to reiterate this a lot, okay? Because the NBA is a long season. Mm-hmm. 82 games, all that. I mean, this is like game 1. I mean, we're talking. There's a lot of basketball still to play, so tread lightly on everything you do, everything in the NBA right now. Tread lightly. I don't care if you think you got an angle or what. Just tread lightly for a while. Jabba says, Tim, love the jersey, man.
That's just Christine going on with all the rats and beardy accounts.
I was going to say, there's your animals. Lane Elliott says, Washington going to be real sneaky this year in certain spots.
I think so. I definitely think that Washington, I'm going to say Washington is going to be a heavy over team this year. Because Washington always plays with pace. They always play high tempo, and they don't play much defense. So they're a very similar team to one of the teams I'm going to talk about a little bit tonight, the Kings. I like the Kings as well. I think they're two similar teams where they can shoot the ball, but at the same time, they're not going to play much defense, so the scores are going to get run up.
By the way, Christina says, don't spoil the fun. The animals are watching with her.
Fair enough.
All right. Nick says 4-0 Braves.
I didn't bet that game, but hey, I love seeing the Dodgers lose.
Hi, Dad. Steve's talking by say hi. Richie P says, need the over with the Hornets and the Pacers. How you feel about that?
It's at 2:05 right now, and I'm not entirely sure what it's at, but it's got 6 minutes left, so I'm thinking you're looking pretty good.
Yeah, there you go. Lane says, well said. I agree. I thought I said it very well. Give it a month before. I just, it's like hockey. I get real excited about hockey. First 2 nights, I bet it heavy, and it did not go well. So then I had to ease it back. You got to know your limitations. You just got to ease into it. You know, you can't just slap it up in there. You got to, take it easy. Get in there,
Yeah.
But let's talk about, this is what I'm very curious about. Some
Yeah.
NBA futures from Tim Earl. I only jumped on one, and obviously I'm going to give you a hint on who it was. I can't think of their name right now, but somewhere over here because I'm a homer.
Now?
Yeah, I'm feeling that future bet. I'm telling you what. But I'm a homer guy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I sports handicapped, but I gotta correct myself sometimes and not go ham on my home teams. But talk to me about some of the futures that you like personally, and some angles you might have looked at for this year. Besides, like we talked about, the Kings being a sneaky team, Washington being a sneaky team, stuff like that. Talk to me a little bit about that.
I'll start off with one of the bigger things I was looking at, and MVP. And one of the things I like to look at when coming to that is, don't go after the big guys. Don't go after the ones that are the obvious, the Currys, the Giannis, the Lukas. I don't touch it. Because if I'm betting a future, it's going to be one that's a little bit more of a longer shot. Because I have 3 of them in mind that I really do like. And they're not any of the big Kevin Durant, no. Harden, no. Yes, they can win, but I'm not going to go and bet them if that's a future. So 3 of my future bets in terms of MVP. First one, Nikola Jokic. You're getting him at 18-1 to win MVP back-to-back, and I think he just kind of got disrespected with that number. After winning it last year, yes, I understand that Embiid was out of a good chunk, Curry was out a good chunk, and it was kind of a weird year. I still think, especially with Murray being out for a little bit on that side, on that Denver team, Jokic is going to have to come to play. And I see him getting the crazy amount of triple-doubles he got last year. I see him doing something similar again this year. So I like him at 18-1. And then going a little bit further, I think it was 22-1. I like Trae Young. He had
not better that guy.
I mean, he had a really good season last year, and now you got him with a little bit more experience. He got a little bit of playoff experience. Now he's a leader on this team. He's going to come in. He's going to get the job done. Atlanta is going to be another team that I'm going to be a little bit heavier on this year that I really do like, Atlanta. And then my little bit longer shot is Ja Morant. And for the Memphis Grizzlies, I like it. At 40-1, he's going to be this leader of that Memphis Grizzlies team. Him and Dylan Brooks are going to do big things this year. Memphis is another team I'm going to be a little bit higher on. They showed me a little bit more potential last year when it came to how they were able to play. They played a pretty good series against that Jazz team in the playoffs. Overall, I really do like Memphis. I think they're going to be another solid team as well. But those would be 3 of my MVP picks, just because I'm not going to go crazy and bet the plus 500 for Luka and Giannis and James. That's just not the spot I'm willing to lay futures on. But those would be the 3 ones that I like.
That's fair, and I agree. I mean, if you're gonna, if you throw it out there, you know what I mean. I like those. I like a lot of Atlanta overs. Trae Young is he's just a bucket machine. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. By the way, Pistons down by 2, 40 seconds left.
Yeah.
Boston Bruins game. Bruins game tied 3-3. Second end of the second period. So. Jump back over to the chat, though. Where were we? Right here. Richie B said the over is 223, and he took the Braves money line. Well, that Braves money line is looking real good in the bottom of the third. It's 4-0.
I was going to, because it was plus like 180, but I never got around to it. It just wasn't a bet I got to. But hey,
that's fair.
Hell of a number to get it at. 185. Yeah. That's looking nice.
Will Amina's got the Knicks under 217. We like that on game time decision, didn't you?
I'm on that one, yes. One of the things I like to, if you're curious on how your total bet is doing, go onto your sports book and go to live betting. It'll give you a current live total. Right now, the live total in that Celtics-Knicks game is 220.5, which means we got to get another 3 points down. You got to get a little bit down a little bit. I got 217.5, so I'm a little bit better, but that's a good way for you to judge like how good your bet is doing, is see where it is live line. So
that's
I
fair.
like it.
Nick brought up he brought this up earlier too. Anthony Davis plus 2,800. That's not happening.
I'll give you a couple reasons why that's not happening. It's the big three on that Laker team. He's not going to get enough stats in order to win the MVP. And I don't think he's going to be healthy most of the year.
I was just going to say, I'll give you two reasons right now. I'll give you 2 reasons right now. His left knee and his right knee. That's why that's not winning.
He's not one of those players that's consistent enough and plays enough to really just, I don't know. Anthony, I don't think I would even have him as number 1 on that team. I think I would rather, even though he had a rough game, I think I'd rather go after Russell Westbrook on that team than Anthony Davis. But it's just not a spot that I'm necessarily interested in going after.
Washington over, the Pistons over was disrespectfully low, was it? Yes. We were talking about this pre-show too. Pistons over under was 25.5.
That's really low, especially in an Eastern Conference that's not good.
Right.
If that's in the West, different story. But in the East, come on.
Fair. Yeah. But, I mean, the East is terrible. I mean, it's Milwaukee, and then there's a big gap.
There's Milwaukee, Knicks.
Some Atlanta, the Knicks.
Milwaukee, Nets. Atlanta, Bulls maybe if they have a good year, but I'm not really too hung up on that one. Maybe Philadelphia. I really don't like Philadelphia though, but I don't know. That I think that I don't think they make the playoffs. I'm not saying Pistons make the playoffs or anything. I just don't think they have as bad as a year as we think they will.
I'm saying it because the East is that bad. The last time they made the playoffs, they won 26 games. I believe. Don't quote me on this. Nick will stat check me in the chat, but I believe it was like 4 years ago, and they won like 26 games. How do you win? How do you have a below 500 record and you still made the 8th seed? So,
that just proves how bad this Eastern Conference is, because half of the teams that are going to make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference would not make it in the West, because the West is a lot more stacked. So.
Lane also says if you're gonna throw it out there, you gotta go with this man. At least mention my man Zach LaVine. Problem is, I don't think Zach LaVine has anybody around him.
Yeah, no, he does now. He's got Lonzo Ball now. I mean, he's got DeMar DeRozan around him. Alex Caruso, if you want to throw him in. I don't know. I think it's kind
Lonzo Ball.
I think it's kind of a similar situation to Anthony Davis, where there's too many cooks in the kitchen for him to really make an impact. That's just my thoughts, but I don't know.
Haiti says, hi, guys.
Hi, Vicky.
Thanks for stopping by. Hit the like button and give us a share. Tell your friend, tell your neighbor, tell your mail lady. It don't matter. Tell them all. Lane Elliott says, Cam Thomas, Rookie of the Year. Throw 5-10 on it. Have you heard of a man from Detroit called Cade Cunningham?
Yeah,
I'm just messing with you.
I don't really follow college players that often, so Cam Thomas, it doesn't sound familiar. Do you have an idea? Where did he go?
I don't know who came. I don't know.
Cam Thomas. I'm gonna look.
Here we go. Lane Elliott says to be an MVP, you got to present a case where a player that would step up and carry a team, they got to be the number 1 option. I believe that as well. I agree, but they're gonna have to have some other play. They're gonna have to be a bigger. A leader as far as that goes. But Richie P likes Ja Morant. He likes that Ja Morant MVP.
Cam Thomas played for LSU, and he's on the Nets. So maybe I'm just not hung up on that.
The problem with that is I could see him balling out and everything like that, but he's going to get overshadowed by all those guys there. By James Harden, by Kevin Durant. He's going to get overshadowed by him. So even if he balls out and plays great, he's just not going to, you know what I mean? He's not going to. Where Cade comes into the Pistons, he's number 1 option right away.
Yep.
So
they build honestly, Detroit, build your lineup around Cade Cunningham when you got a bright future.
There you go. Richie P hit his over on the Bruins.
Nice.
In the second, by the end of the second period. There you go. Yeah, we got that, and Kithian, I'm horrible at pronouncing your name, and I apologize. Thoughts on Nikola getting a double-double today?
If you're talking about Nikola Jokic, then yes.
Today.
I think that's definitely a spot. Nikola Jokic is fine. I think he could get a triple-double tonight, honestly, especially with Jamal Murray out. Triple-double for Jokic is always on the table.
Fair enough.
Speaking of your Pistons, I don't think that's going to work out. They're down 6
We're
now.
down 6 with the 11 seconds.
Yeah, you got and Bulls are going to have the ball. So
now they're down 7. Or no, they're down.
They're down 6, but they're done.
6.
Bulls are going to have the ball with 11 seconds left. They're not going to cover either. That kind of sucks. But
that was terrible. It was up to the last 3 minutes of the game. They were doing really well.
Yeah, it's whatever.
I mean, the Bulls just kind of pulled away. But like we said, beginning of the show, tread lightly. So here's your pick. Everybody was good. Let's talk about this game right now for tomorrow. This is for tomorrow.
Yes.
Which will be Thursday the 21st. Talk about the Clippers, Warriors. Warriors minus 3.5 as of right now. Total is 226. I'm on the Warriors on this all day. But you give us the expert analysis, and I'll tell you why I just think Warriors are going to be dominant. Go ahead.
No, I don't. I'm on the Warriors tomorrow as well. I think it's a good spot. Kawhi Leonard remains out. He's still recovering. He's ahead of schedule in his recovery from his torn ACL. But the one problem is that this LA Clippers team really doesn't have much depth behind Kawhi and Paul George. And that's going to be your big problem. That's one of the big things I look at is how are the depths on the teams? Because most likely the teams that have bigger depth are going to be the ones that I like to back.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, Golden State's got a little bit more depth, and that Pistons game is over. But they got a little bit more depth on them. It's just that's the spot.
It's harsh. 94-90 though. They covered.
They didn't cover my 3.
They didn't cover your 3, but they covered my 5. So that was my no, that wasn't my last Woodie standing pick. I don't even remember what my last Woodie standing pick is, to be honest with you. My
last Woodie standing pick is the Kings. But no, with this Warriors team, they just have more depth. They proved it. They beat the Lakers. I'm not really counting that as really a big deal at the moment, but I do like Golden State in this game. I took a minus 3.5. First game at home. Maybe I'm going to lean towards the under in this game. I just don't see much from the Clippers. I do expect a good game from Paul George because he's pretty much the only option they have there. Reggie Jackson they still have. Eric Bledsoe. But other than that, they really don't have much.
So yeah, and I'm on the side. I'm on the same side as you, but to be honest with you, I don't think Paul George is all that.
No,
he's a great second guy. He's a great number 2, number 3 guy. And he is just sporadic at times. And I can't trust him. I don't trust him. And that's the only reason I am on the Golden State Warriors right now because, with Paul George, you just don't know what you're going to get every day of the week. So if it's just him, I'm going to take that. I'm taking the Warriors all day. Lane Elliott, he does agree. Golden State Warriors. He also says rest in peace to his last Woodie standing pick, the Bulls. And Easy Money says, we talking hoops? Where you been? We've been talking hoops for 20 minutes, bro. Go Spurs, go. How do you feel about the Spurs this year?
Spurs are up 7 right now on Orlando. I'm not going to be too high on them. I was on them today because I feel like they're going to win by 10+ against a bad Orlando team at home. But in reality, I really don't see much. And it goes back to the depth. It just goes back to the depth in their team. And after DeMar DeRozan left, they really don't have much. So
right. That's fair. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. So
I think they'll be all right. I just think more than likely, if they make a playoff spot, it's one of those 10 or 11 seeds, and they play in those playing games. I just don't really see Spurs doing all that much. And the only thing I will say that they have going for them is they're young, and Popovich knows how to coach.
Fair enough. And that could make all the difference in the world. I think they could surprise some people in situation spots, but I don't look for them to go very deep or do big things this year. But that's going to do it for us. We're going to wrap it up. We will be back next Wednesday, Shooting Hoops with Lonnie and Tim. Every Wednesday, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific time. Other than that, good luck, everybody, on all your NBA picks. And don't forget, tread lightly. That is the phrase of the week, tread lightly. So good luck, everybody. We're out of here. We'll take care. We'll see you guys next week. You guys take care. We're out of here. Take care, guys.